Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be
along a toddler has been missing in Savannah.
And as you come around, and it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family, how is everybody doing? I'm trying to turn things off here. I want to share some stuff with you guys so you guys will know the same thing I know. So she says shared, I shared. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. So I end up finding more and more information. I want to share it with everybody so you guys don't think that I'm crazy. You know, I know that I'm not crazy, but I want you guys to know how uncrazy I am. But there's something about this case that got me going. So first of all, we're going to be talking about, hey, Lisa Calhoun. Hey, Freddie. Hey, Valerie. How you doing? And let me see. Danielle is the first one in the building. How you doing? And Valerie Montgomery is in here. So Freddie said, I'm listening. Okay. So Diesel's in the building too, but I done threw away some of his toys, so he's a little bit upset. Aren't you, Diesel? Ain't you, Diesel, baby? You're upset. Sit down. Sit down, because this is going to be a little bit. Now, down. Down. Nope, down. I'm done playing with you for a minute. So, don't have glasses laying in the bed. Okay. So just listen a little bit, because I'm going to tell you some of the things I found so that everybody will have an understanding, and then you can weigh out what you're thinking, because I'm going to tell you the reason why we go over this stuff. First of all, she says, we know that, SP. What do you know? That I ain't crazy? Oh, no, I'm not crazy. See, sometimes And it's not like I'm patting myself on the back. I'm just saying sometimes some people can tell you something, whether you give them, you know, the recognition that they deserve. When they're trying to tell you something, maybe you need to listen. Especially when they tell you they're familiar, or what they want to say in Spanish, familiar, the family, familiar, you know. They're familiar. They understand. They see it already. Something. Right? Right? If you know how to bake a cake, you will tell me, SP, before you start baking the cake, put your dry ingredients in the bowl first, right? And I say, well, why? Well, you know why. You may not cannot explain to me why to put the dry ingredients in there first instead of pouring in the milk and the oil and the eggs and stuff. But you know why. It just, that's the way it happens. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you don't understand or can explain it, but you know because you've seen it all your life. Mama always done it that way. She never explained to me why it's done that way, but you know that's the way it's done. So sometimes when you grew up in an environment and you've seen things all the time done a certain way, you go, that's what that is right there. Okay? That's what's going on. Well, how do you know? I've seen this all my life. That's the way it works. So, first of all, I want to share with you something. We've learned a lot. I need to text this person. It's a family member. And let them know we live. Because she wanted to go live. And my grandson came over to spend some time with me and drive his car. And that's what he did. And so I had to get off the phone for a minute. So I just texted her, let her know. She'll be running in here. She'd go, oh okay. Because I was supposed to call her one. Familiar. I've done it. You know, familiar means family. Familiar, family. Okay? So first of all, you know how you ask yourself questions like, why did they name this daycare Divino Nino? And I didn't really have to look it up because somebody did a news report. And I'm going to tell you who's talking. Yeah, I see her. She done jumped in the building. Hey. And they were the young lady that owned the daycare. Her name is Gray Mendez. Quit tearing up my shoe. Stop it. We don't tear up shoes. I said no. Leave it alone. It's not for you to play with. So, first of all, I want you guys to know when you're going into other chats or you're talking to somebody to know what you're talking about. And then don't just get all in an uproar because somebody say, no, hey, maybe you need to stand back. So I always want you to be acknowledgeable about what you're saying, okay? First of all, so Divino, if that's how you want to pronounce it, I don't know because I'm not Spanish. I'm not Dominican Republic. Diesel, you're doing too much. Now sit down. I'm not going to do this with you. That's right. Sit it down. And Divino, Nino means baby Jesus. Okay? Did you guys hear what I just said? That's what it means in the Dominican Republic, the DR. It means baby Jesus, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you who said what. So, Gray Mendez is the lady that owned the daycare. Her ex-husband, because she's been married before, her ex-husband's family went to the news and talked to the news. And they said that this woman conned her way into her brother. So her ex-husband's sister spoke to the news. Okay. And said that he met this young lady through friends or whatever. And she was, a Dominican Republic citizen. And she wanted her green card over here in the United States. So what did he do? He fell in love with her. She was saying she wanted to get married. He married her, and then all HE double hockey stick broke loose. He married this woman, and as soon as she got married to him, she sent him through HE double hockey stick. The sister said he is still going through counseling over that marriage. You guys, are you following me? Put a 1 in the chat. You understanding what I'm saying? I'm telling you everything I done found out, but your eyes is going to open up wide. You're going to be looking like, like the little rascals when they tell them something and they didn't know, and they swing their head around and then their eyes poke out. That's what you're going to do today. Because like I said, sometimes you know what you know, because you've been around it your whole life. So you know, and it's hard to explain, but you know. Now, so she finagled her way into the United States by marrying a United States citizen. And once she got her green card by being married to him, only thing she wanted to do was party, club, party. That's Miss Gray Mendez, okay? Now, we're going to get into some heavy evidence of what's going on. Now, I said to you guys, remember what I said? I said, this is cartel. I said that they don't put other people just around them. It's got to be people around. They either got to be family or they got to be workers of the family, and they're close enough that they're not going to say anything. That's just the way it is. You don't put, this is heavy weight. You just don't put anybody, or just because when we did learn that a week of daycare in the Bronx for taking care of one child is between $200 and $300 a week. Okay? $200 and $300 a week for one child. That's a lot of money, So we ran into some other stuff. First of all, let me explain this. I'm not going to be on here long, so I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to get right on into it. I see you, Sanja. Sanja and Crystal done came in the building, and Margie done came in here, and Danae, or Diane Harris. I still say Danae, but Danae, and I said that on purpose. Carolyn, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Lisa Carolyn, how you doing? Okay, Diesel, now, enough. You done had enough loving. Sit down, big boy. You too much. Sit down. Sit down. No, I'm not going to rub you all day. Sit down. So, hey, Mildred, how you doing? Mulaney, how are you? Child care is expensive as buying a new vehicle. Exactly. $200 to $300 a week, girl. I will not be spending that kind of money on child care. You might as well stay at home and take care of your own kids. That's a lot of money. But in New York, if you ever went to New York, you really don't see kids in New York. And I've noticed that when I went, I was like, where's the kids at? Because if you come to where I live at, you're going to see kids at the store. You're going to see them walking down the street. You're going to see them everywhere you go. But everywhere I went in New York, I didn't see kids. The only time I seen kids is when there was a nanny or a daycare provider with a child taking them to the park or the zoo or something of that nature. But you just didn't see kids or whatever. You just didn't. Sanja said, go, Diesel, go. He didn't do, look. He's like, yeah, here I am. I know, baby. I know. Don't give me them sad eyes, okay? I ain't playing with you. So, They in the suburbs. Well, Diesel, I don't want to lay down. Sit down. Sit down. I'm not going to pet you all day, every day. He said, yeah, you will. Sit down. Okay. So let me read to you, or let me explain to you what some other people have said, because we're going to get into this a little bit. So there was a woman. Let me share this with you. She said, I was paying near that over in 2009. Okay. So did you guys know that there was another child that was sent to the hospital? Okay. So remember that the call to the 911 from Miss Gray Mendez was at 2:00, somewhere around about 2:00. But there was a child that was sent to the hospital at 12, between 11:30 and 12:00. Did you guys hear what I said? She said, Diesel wants some teaching. Yeah, he do. Did you guys hear what I said? There was another child that they're not mentioning, they're telling you about, that came from that same daycare between 11:30 and 12:00. Now, here's what happened. Now, this mother allegedly picked up her child early from daycare and noticed her child not breathing right, or something was wrong. So she took the child to the hospital and they gave the child Narcan. They gave him a shot of Narcan. Now, you're wondering to yourself, if this happened to a child 2 hours prior before the whole incident, why did the police not go to the daycare? Because, people don't, you hear the people in the neighborhood, don't give them my name, don't say my name. She probably didn't tell them where the daycare was at. She said, yes, 2 kids, I think, to the hospital. No, Freddie. No, I'm not talking about the ones at the apartment. At the daycare. I'm talking about a child prior to the incident that came from that daycare that we had not known about. Okay? She went and picked up her kid and took the child to the hospital, and they gave that child Narcan. Now, remember that this mother, Nicholas' mother, and I'm not trying to beat up the mother, y'all. I'm just telling you guys. See, y'all want to be friends with the people that's part of the equation. And I'm just telling you, hey, calm down before you get your, everybody want to get mad and say, well, I just want to, I don't know. I just give them the benefit of the doubt. Why give them the benefit of the doubt? Think about it. Think about it. So this mother picked up her child early, and this other mother she was on her way. Diesel. Okay, you guys, I can't deal with him no more because let go. Now stop it. Now sit down. Sit down. Down. No more. You do one more thing and you're going with Papa. Okay, I heard that. Yes. Well, hold on. I don't know what you heard. She said, yes, it was sent earlier. Okay, there was more than just the 3 that was in the apartment. There was one right there. But there was one at 12:00, around about 11:30, you guys, okay? And she took her child to the hospital, and they gave that child Narcan. Why would the hospital bring a kid in and give the child Narcan? Okay? Why would they do that? Unless the mother was like, you know what? They can let their kids die or whatever, but my kid ain't gonna die. You know, you might take my kid, but I ain't gonna let my kid die. Yeah, we was in a drug, whatever. I don't know what lie she told them. They were in like a abandoned building or something. I think my kid got, you know, that's the best thing she could do. She can probably get her kid back. But they found out that that child also was at that same daycare. Now, the thing about it is, remember, Miss Mendez deleted 21,000 text messages. Well, it was told and known that not only she made calls to her husband, but she also made calls to other workers on an encrypted app. That same encrypted app, guess what? They said the workers was using this app when they contact the cousin-in-law. And they would tell him, hey, you know, before you take out the garbage, the police is on the side. I'm going to read a little something. I kept it just for you guys because I know I was going to forget where it was at. She says, okay, I got you now, what you were saying. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I kept something because I said, as soon as I get ready to try to tell y'all some stuff, I'll forget. So I'm going to read this. What a neighbor said that lived right next door to this daycare. A neighbor says the daycare where a 1-year-old boy died from a fentanyl overdose used to be a drug hub. Now, you look up drug hub, tell me what the definition of a drug hub mean. Okay? Now, I'm going to tell you what the people in the neighborhood is saying. Okay? The fentanyl crisis claimed the life of a 1-year-old baby boy last week. As more information comes to light amidst the investigation, a neighbor contributed their suspicion about what kind of business were being run before they accepted children for care. Okay. Divino Nino daycare owner Gray Mendez and cousin-in-law Carlisto Avido were both slammed with conspiracy to distribute narcotics resulting in death and possession with intent to distribute narcotics resulting in the death and charges. The charges stem from the death of the baby Nicholas Dominique and poisoning of 4 other children after the 2 suspects allegedly stored fentanyl in the hallway closet of the facility. Hey, leave it alone. Didn't I tell you to leave my shit? Leave it alone. Sit down. Sit down. Diesel, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. Oh my goodness. Sit down. Sit down. Diesel. Oh. You guys, hold on. Let me take him on outside because he wants to play. He wants to play, and I'm not trying to play. Get out of there. He's like, I don't want to die. All right. Sorry. I want to get him used to being around when we're conducting business and stuff, but animals can be a little radical. Yes, they can. So they're saying after the two suspicious suspects allegedly stored fentanyl in the hallway closet at the facility and underneath the nursery mat, the babies were sleeping on. The Drug Enforcement Administration said that the substance created what was disturbed as a fentanyl cloud. 2 kilo presses were also discovered inside the daycare. But this is what I want you guys to listen to, okay? The scandal comes as no surprise to a resident in the neighborhood who told the news she believed there was narcotic operations occurring since the daycare opened. Divino Nino daycare owner Gray Mendez put a business sign outside the basement space in the Kingsbridge building, the daycare site, more than a year ago. Yet there were never any kids going in and out, claimed a woman who lives next door. She put the sign out a year ago, and the next door neighbor says there never was any kids going in and out, claimed the woman next door. We all said drug gas. Dro gas. Okay. Dro gas. Let me spell it in the chat for you guys because I want you guys to look up what dro gas means. Okay. There's the word right there. Dro gas. Dro gas. This is what the neighbors in the neighborhood said. Dro gas. Somebody look it up. Go ahead and put in the chat what dro gas mean, the definition of dro gas. So this is what the neighbor said. We all said dro gas. She said, we all said dro gas. How could you not know? This is what the neighbors are saying. You remember the mama of Nicholas said she didn't know. She said she didn't know. This woman said, how could you not know? Said the longtime resident, she was 69 years old, who declined to give her name. It was a daycare for a year with no children. For 1 year, she had a daycare with no children, but people go in, but no babies. A daycare with no children and men coming in and out. Yes, we knew something. We knew something. Something was not good happening there, the woman said. The neighbor claimed Venturous, that's the woman, because that's her old ex-husband's name, wouldn't even allow her own child to go into the tiny facility, which became licensed to legalize, operate as a daycare in May. Venturous also faced, she says, okay, so this is what I want to say. The baby's family said he had only been going to the daycare for a week before he died. So mama and daddy said he only been going there for a week. This is what the family, the mama or the daddy, I don't know which one. I think it's the father that said this. He says, we had a good recommendation. We had a good recommendation. How'd you have a good recommendation? This has been a drug house from day one. How did you have a good recommendation? Oh, we had a good recommendation. Come on now. He said we had a good recommendation. We were told it was a great place. It looked like a nice place. Now, when we start showing those pictures what it looked like, you wouldn't have brought your dog there. But they said it looked like a good place. Okay. He said, Nicholas' father said, however, he noted that parents didn't have permission to go inside the facility beyond the child's first day. So now the father is saying, we can only go in this facility the first day when we enroll him into daycare, but we can't go in the facility after that. This is what the father done said. Let me read it again. He said, we had a good recommendation. We were told it was a good place. It looked like a nice place, said Nicola's father. However, he noted that parents didn't have permission to go inside the facility beyond the child's first day. They said they don't want contamination from the outside to go inside because they kept everything clean. That's what they said, he said. Nicola's father said now his older 4 children are afraid of going to school to fear the loss of their little brother per the thing. Okay. Who did they ask? This was the father. The father said after he enrolled his child in this daycare, he was told that they can no longer come in the daycare because they would contaminate the place and they keep it clean. So you can enroll your kids and you can come in and look around for the first day. But after that, you will not be coming into the facility. They will bring your kids to you. Now, come on now. Come on, you guys. Now, I didn't keep this other part, but let me see. I know I took pictures so I wouldn't forget because I forget everything. We had recommendation. We were told, okay, I read that to you. Then there's a picture. Then there's another picture. And you know what? They had cereal, tater chips, syrup. This place was a hot mess. I don't know how they even got a license. Maybe the baby being in worse places. I wouldn't put my baby nowhere I can't pop up, show up, period. Something was up then. Here's where I found that at. It says, this is the Dominican Republic sister-in-law that Gray Mendez married first to get into the United States. This is what the sister said. We find it offensive that the name of the actual place is Divino Nino because that's baby Jesus. And we really believe very much in baby Jesus. And for a child to die there, for me, that's really triggering. Venturous sister said. So her ex-husband's sister said that. Here's something else that I kept. The kiddies were apparently exposed when the drug was cut in the daycare center, and some of it floated into the air, allowing them to inhale it, sources said. That's another picture. Oh, they got pictures. Here's something else I kept. I always keep things when I can't never remember. There will always be cases where we don't know about the presence of drugs, though it sounds like the situation at Divino Nino was an open secret. It was an open secret. But if we don't do anything about the drugs we actually know about, we have only ourselves to blame for the inevitable child overdose tragedy. They're saying this was an open secret. And the reason why I'm saying that is the Divino Nino daycare owner, Gary Mendez, put a business sign outside the basement space in the King Bridge building, the daycare site, more than a year ago, yet there were never any kids going in and out, claimed a woman who lived next door. Okay, here. I got it right here, you guys. So Rosa said, no one would have expected it, but we live in the slums, he added. Rosa said local drug dealers had warned her not to open her daycare center just 3 blocks away from Divino Nino in 2017. 2017. So you count 2017. So you say 2017, So you say 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23. So that's 7 years. That's 7 years. Why would Rosa say local drug dealers had warned her not to open her daycare center just 3 blocks away from Divino Nino in 2017? Because they said it would impede their own business. They said this is where people sell drugs, she said. Faced with limited employment options, Rosa decided to push ahead with their plans for the daycare, eager to provide a service for children with special needs in the area where high-quality options were limited. She and other residents in the area argued that city officials should have been conducting more thorough inspections of child care facilities to prevent such a tragedy. Here's something else. I'm just giving you guys the highlights. This is something else. In one message from August the 22nd, everybody put in the chat August the 22nd, because we're now in September. So in one message, August 22nd, I'm going to wait till somebody put in the chat August the 22nd, so I know you guys are listening. You guys got to be listening. I don't look this stuff up for my own good. I'm telling you guys this so you can know. And I'm not going to make this a long lie. So August the 22nd. Okay, thank you. So in one message from August the 22nd, Ace Vito Brinto. So Ace Vito is the guy that was arrested. The cousin that was kin to the husband of Greg Mendez. So in one message from August the 22nd, Ace Vito received a message from a daycare employee. Did you hear what I said? From a daycare employee using the same encrypted message app as Mendez. The message indicated that Ace Vito should tell the old guy that if he is going to take the garbage out, the police are out there on the side. Did you guys hear that? Okay. So put it all together. They're using this encrypted messages to the husband from the cousin, and all the women, the daycare workers, they're not daycare workers. They're employees for making the drugs. Get that through your head. Okay, I'm just saying. Hey Danae, how you doing? Why would a woman go get her kid at 11:30 and take him directly to the hospital? Well, she said she took him home, but she didn't take this kid home. She took the child directly to the hospital and said, I picked my kid up at a daycare and I don't know, and she don't speak a lot of English. And so the child, and I think they were doing drugs or something. So they checked the baby and they said the baby's got some fentanyl in his system or something. She said, oh, no. They gave the baby a shot of Narcan, the baby lived, and they questioned her. But do you think she told them, oh, the daycare is over there on 27th and over there in the Bronx? Because had she would have said that, guess what? Nicholas would have been saved. But 2 hours later, after the owner done contact her husband, and after the owner done contact this mother by cryptic message, okay? And you guys will figure it out. You will find it out when somebody tell you. See, nobody gonna have to tell me this. I know. That the only kids that was there is the ones that worked there. Now, they may not be in there working right then, but okay, why don't you bring your kid while you go to work or whatever? But they wasn't getting kids like my kid and your kid, because why would they? They got too much drugs going in and going out. Okay, I understood when the guy said, "Oh, we just couldn't come in." That seems like now you're trying to get out of it. Like, oh, we never did pop in, or when it was time to pick up the kid, we never did see anything. You're trying to make an excuse. Why in the world would you take your precious child somewhere that you cannot go in and see what's going on, or seeing who's laying around, or seeing who's in the house, and all this other stuff? That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Okay? But for some reason he says, "Oh no, once we put our kid in the daycare, we can never go back in there again." Is that what they want us to believe? Okay, I know you guys got this very soft heart. I know you guys do. And you want to think good of people. But in all reality, people that is not of God, you're dealing with evil. You're dealing with people that the Lord tells us in the last days that men will be lovers of themselves. They will be lovers of money and greed and all of this other stuff. So what you thinking that they're sitting there going, okay, they said a kilo is the average size of two 24 ounces of Mountain Dew. Not 16 ounce, just a regular, a water bottle, but 24. Two 24 ounces of Mountain Dew. That's 1 kilo. Well, the first time they went, they found 1 kilo. The second time they went, they found 2 or 3 kilos. Now, we don't know how many kilos that when the husband went in there with the shopping bags and came out with 2 shopping bags full of stuff. I guarantee you he probably had about 6 or 7 kilos in each bag. At least about 10 in each bag, probably. Okay? Remember, it's a synthetic drug. It can be made. So there's no, like, we got to go across the border with this, and there's no, we got to sneak this in. You can make it. And I'm telling you, someone is already talking. You know why someone is talking? They had already searched the daycare. Why would they come back and search it again? They already searched the daycare. They didn't go just rambling, looking through this and looking through that. They went right to the floorboard and said, look, is a hole. They wouldn't even known that it was a trap door. They wouldn't have even known. How would they would have known? Unless somebody is talking. Now, Ace Vito, the cousin, he didn't show up for court. His attorney showed up. He said, I ain't showing up. I'm not going to show up. She said, Danae said, SP, they had it under floorboard. Yes, Danae. Yes, we know. What I'm saying is they didn't just go, oh, let's look up, let's pull up the floorboard. They went directly to the floorboard and said, hey, here's some more. Or they would have had a jackhammer, opening up the whole floor to find. Because sometimes Connie said, we had a daycare here that was attached to the church, and they were arrested. Let me see. They was arrested for sexual abuse and drugs. The parents were none the wiser until the investigation happened and people were arrested. Oh, my goodness. So that's all I'm saying is, It's getting to be told. What I'm saying is, I'm going to say it real quick. I'm going to say it real nice and slow. People are starting to talk. People are starting to say what's done happened. People are in the neighborhood are saying everybody in the neighborhood knew that this was a drug house. Matter of fact, they say, how could you not know? It's been that forever. Way before she got even legally licensed, she already had a sign out. No kids was even supposed to be there. With like, and so I said to you guys, why would you have 3-4 workers and only but 3-4 kids? You got 3-4 workers because those are their kids. Those are their kids. And then people be like, but she had a job and everything. Well, she could be working there during night or the weekend. Or, girl, watch my kid. You watch my kid and I'll come over there. Because here's the thing. Here's the bottom line. We're looking at certain things. Okay, because I'm looking at the car that they're driving. Really nice. Really, really, really nice. You got 4 or 5 kids. Okay. Your job is taking care of an elder person. You're making about the same amount of money it costs to keep your kid a week. That's $19, $20 an hour. Why would you even work? Come on, y'all. Make it make sense. Let me tell you, even if you took half of my money, there's no reason for me to go to work. I'm just saying. Think about it. If daycare is $200 a week for one kid, and okay, I get paid $20 an hour, okay? $20 for 40 hours. That's a whole week. That means I'm bringing home $600, and then when you get done with taxes and everything, I might be bringing home about $450. Okay, I'm going to give you $250. That means I'm only bringing home $200 a week. I can see it happening. Yeah, I'm going to give her that. I can see that. $20. But the lady said, and I read it for you guys so you can see it, read it for yourself. She said she was approached back in 2017. She was warned not to set up a daycare because it would impede on their business in the neighborhood. Just 3 blocks away, she was going to open up a daycare. And she said the drug dealers told her no. Everybody in the neighborhood knew. The lady next door turns around and say, there wasn't kids going in and going out like a daycare. Those was workers, you guys. I'm just saying. They was workers. And they say Gray Mendez didn't even bring her own kids in that facility. She got kids, I guess. She got kids. So I guess her husband went home and picked up the kids and took off. And you know what they're just now calling it? When we called it at the beginning, this is the cartel. And I tried to tell you guys that it wasn't nothing small about it. And if you know anything about the cartels or the mafias, and I'm just being honest with you, you don't let other people come around your stash. Only people that come around is buyers, investors, and that's it. That's it. And they can make this stuff all day. Buyers, that's it. That's the only people that can come around. And investors. if you're invested and you've got a lot of your money that you done put to make this drug or whatever, you're going to hang around. That's what I believe. And every time when we say what we say, we're going to be in agreement with what we say. And I get that. But I'm also having an open mind, looking for anything that is opposite of what I see. And I have not found nothing that tells me anything different. You guys understand what I'm saying? The block lady, the lady that lived, Rosa was the block lady, but there was a lady that lived next door, and she said kids wasn't coming in and out. Remember at the beginning, they was like, they had to be on a waiting list. This is what the family said. We was on a waiting list. And this was his first week at the daycare. I literally had someone tell me, I'm just in disagreement with USP. I said, okay, I understand. I guess. This is why sometimes I just be like, okay. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. I get it. You can't change somebody's opinion. You just can't. But this is where we become faulty, and we can't even help our own kids or our grandkids. Because when you're wrong, you're wrong. If I seen all of these signs, ain't no way in the world I would leave my kid or leave my grandkid. And I would ask the neighbors, I would ask the people in the neighborhood, hey, is this a good, why I can't go in there after I drop my kid off? What? This lady done showed up at the daycare at 11:30, picked up her kid. Just everybody got deja vu. Everybody got a pre-notion. Oh, let's just pick up our kid early today. This was not a daycare. This was always a drug hub. Say it again, a drug hub. No, while you're helping making these drugs and dealing or whatever, you got your kids there. Hello. And if you got your kids there and you at work or whatever, and yeah, your husband wasn't there, we don't know if your husband wasn't there. We don't know if your sister wasn't there or you kin to her. I guarantee you they are. I guarantee you. Baby, you cannot tell me nothing. And I think that's the way other people feel too. You can't tell them nothing. But I believe that without a benefit of the doubt. I do. I believe that. Now, how the mama wasn't there or the mama was there and act like she just showed up or what, but you guys will find out. You guys will find out that their kin, she was already probably there, or she knew about it, or her sister was there, or the cousin was there, but they knew where they were sending the kid. And they're probably going to get the other kids taken away. Because then the daddy going to come on there and say, oh, when we initially put him in the daycare, we were told that after we had a tour of the daycare, we can never step foot in the daycare because of contamination. The parents were not allowed. Man, if you don't go sit down somewhere, oh my goodness, I don't believe he said that. I don't. The lady acting like they didn't know something. Well, that's what they say. That's what they say. I'm just, if I'm wrong, I'll come out and be like, you know what, I'm wrong. And I would feel really bad because they lost their kid. I would feel really bad because I accuse you of something that you had no knowledge of. I would have to literally ask everybody to forgive me for even speaking quickly about this. I really would. I don't think that's going to be what I have to do, whether they say it or not. To change my mind, you have to show me that they're not kin. She did not know. You show me that. And I'll be the first one to say, I am so sorry. I just think everybody's a bad person when it comes to, well, I think you're a bad person when it comes to kids and dealing with drugs. I think you should make better decisions. I don't think you're a bad person, but drugs will alter your mind, your mindset. You don't pay, that drug makes you want that drug more than protecting your child. So you let things go. And I get it. I understand it. I'm not even harsh on women that do that. I think I see it. And then women be like, I remember Cupcake Mother April when she said she didn't do anything wrong. She just got comfortable. And people were so mad at me. They was like, leave April alone, SP. I didn't bother April. April came over here bothering me. She was stupid then and she's stupid now. And here's the sad part about it. When everybody, if you really want to help April, come on. You know what? I don't care. If you really want to help April, you need to tell April the truth. That's why the kids are dying. Because they reject the truth. That's why your kids are dying. That's why. You rather believe a lie. And then you guys rather sit there and sob with them. That ain't helping them. That ain't helping somebody making bad decisions. Oh, girl, it's okay. You just got comfortable. No, you didn't just get comfortable. You left a 3-year-old out in the middle of crack alley with nobody so you can go run up the street and get busy, get sexually busy with somebody. You left your kid. And I guess everybody else is at fault because they didn't watch her or change her or whatever. And then when it's time to call 911, you wasn't even there for that. But I'm wrong. I'm the person that's wrong. I digress. Okay, let me be wrong. But you got to remember something. My kids are grown. My kids are grown, and I'm watching them like a hawk. And if I'm wrong, my grandkids, I am watching like a hawk. Because I got to. It can happen to anybody, but it's more inevitable to happen to people that think like what you guys. Now, I'm not saying all you guys now. No. The ones know that they were saying, oh, SP, leave April alone. I didn't bother April. I just told you she was very comfortable in those drug hubs, in those powerhouses, in the cash house. When you whether you're doing drugs or not, you know where you're at. You know. Trust me. There's no way you don't know. You know when you're in trouble in a bad situation. They say, when a woman knows that she's a woman, she knows when to leave. We forget what our mothers and our grandmothers has taught us because they're not here anymore. My mom, she died. She died back in 2000. But you know what? Before my mother passed away, I would still talk to you and say, my mama said this, my mama said that. Because guess what? There was reasons why our mothers and our fathers and our grandmas, mainly grandmas, would tell her stuff. She knew you're going to need it one day. She knew you would need it one day. Making these bad decisions. Then going to tell another woman, oh, she didn't know. I double dare you to make a deal with me. I double dare you to sit here and let's place a bet. She knew, and it's going to come out that she knew. It's going to come out. When I told this person that, this is some more information to show them the collateral information that supports what I'm saying, they still said, I'm just not going to be in agreement with you. That doesn't mean she knew. I was like, what else? You know what? There's a story in the Bible where there was this man named Lazarus that died. And when he died, he went down into the pit of hell. And Lazarus, it was hot down there and it was burning down there. And Lazarus just only wanted just a drop of water on his tongue. And he was praying to God and everything. And he was like, Lord, Lord, Lord. He said, can I just go back and tell my brothers about this place, how terrible it is, how hot it is, so it won't happen to them? And the Lord basically told him, life and death is a certain universe that, in the laws, because everything has laws, you cannot transfer from life and death. You're now here, you were over there. So that can't happen. So the people that do those things, that do the voodoo and witchcraft and talk to the dead and stuff, it's not of God, okay? I'm just telling you right now, I don't care. Somebody say, oh, I do good witchcraft. I do good magic. Ain't nothing good about it. Hello? Don't come to me about no good magic. Ain't no such thing. If it's not of God, it's not of good. But anyway, he told Lazarus, why would I let you go back and talk to your brothers about anything? And Lazarus was like, I want to warn them. But the Lord said, they didn't listen to you when you were alive. What makes you think they're going to listen to you and now that you're dead? Think about what I said, you guys. Okay? Some people in this world, I don't care what all you say, their eyes are shut, their ears are shut, and it's not that they hear you, but they wasn't listening to you. They got in their mind whatever it is, and it's got to be just flat out. Somebody come and say, "Well, I knew." Then they go, "Oh, okay, my bad." Hey, you ain't got to tell me twice. I'm out. If I'm looking on your counter and you got cereal open up on the counter and you got this, and you're going to tell me that I can't go in and see my kid any given time I want to come in, we're not leaving them. It's just that simple. But this is what this man done said now. I'm telling you, they're going to get caught up in their lies. I guarantee it. It's no other way. If you don't hear about the lies, I guarantee you it's a deal made. You know what? And they already know it. They already know. So it ain't like we're saying something that they don't know. They're just waiting. They just don't want to get their other kids taken. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I just wanted to come on, chit-chat with you for a little bit. The Cody Bigsby case is, Corey's going to court tomorrow, you guys. I don't know what for, but they have him scheduled to go to court on the 25th of September. He will be there in court. And in the Tyrese case, October the 5th, they will not be letting the family have a civil lawsuit against the 5 former police officers because they want the trial to become first. Now, they're not saying that the mama, Rovon, cannot sue the police officers in a civil lawsuit. They're saying they don't want to hear the case until the trial. They have not ruled on if the defendants in the Tyrese case will sever their cases. And what I'm saying by that is they're waiting to see on October the 5th if they're going to be in a group tried or individually. And we will know that October the 5th. So just keep in touch. We're going to keep you guys informed about everything that we hear. All right. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.